In this video we're going to look at reducing these field notes. We might have to do a number of videos as it takes a little while. So the first thing there's to do is to set the back bearing in the first setup, and if we look at the plan that we're using as the origin, we can see that there is 101 degrees 40. So we've got that bit right, and as you can see here in the field, we've checked the distance, and we've seen that that's 119087. So that is 5 millimeters short of the, well, too long. So 5 millimeters is pretty close. We're quite happy with that. Now if we go and have a look at the check origin, which is to JC, we'll see that that's 1394010. I'm going to put that in here. 139 degrees 4010, and as we can see, that's 53. So that is the final one there, and that is 53 seconds. Subtract 53 seconds from there, and that'll be right. Now 53 seconds, how much is that? What sort of displacement is that? How much error is there in that? All we have to do there is to go to our calculator, and we're going to take the tan of 0 degrees, 0 degrees 0 minutes and 53 seconds. Take the tan of that and multiply that by the distance here, 56.016 equals, and that gives around about 14 mils. I'll write that in here. It's not usual to do that, but I'm just going to 0.014. So that's at that angle, 53 seconds is 14 millimeters. So that's pretty good. And then we have here 150, 56, 51, and that is the bearing to KC at this stage. We note here that the bearing to post 1 has not been reduced, so we'll do that. We've got 4026 and 4026, so I'm going to put 26 in there and add 36, which that'll give us 62. So that's got to be 02, and that's got to be 41, 02, and that'll be 45 degrees. I'm going to change my pen here. I'm not happy with my pen at this stage. It's a bit too transparent, so I'm just going to do some work on my pen. Maybe I want to go with something like this here. I think that'll be a bit more crisp, and I'll still stay I'll go with something like that, and I'll come back to 40. I'll just test that out. Oh, that's a bit too much. So I might bring it back to 20. Still too much. 15 or 13. I think that looks about right. So I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to make that black. That should be good. All right, so we're moving on. Okay, now the distances here. Oh, this one here, we can mean that, and that'll be 8.074. Okay, so we're going to carry this through to the next page. So I've got the bearing 101 4840 from JS to KB. So now I'm going to go to KB, and here we are at KB, and obviously that'll be 180 degrees different, and that'll be 281 40 40. Now that's still part of the origin, so we can pretty much underline that as being all good. And then we've got this here through to BJ, and again the 119087, and we're 7 mils shy here, so we can underline that. When it's underlined, that means that's the final bearing. And here we've got 2010628 there, and I'm just going to leave that like that. I'll just reduce this page down in size. We can see here we've got all these distances. We've checked them with the independent check, measured them in feet and meters, and got reasonably close to what we got there. So everything's quite happy there. And so just 2010628. So if we come here, we'll see we've got that at 210628. So everything's in order there. And we've got KC 1831914. We're all good there. Everything's reduced there, and so on. And then we come through. Now what was that? That was 2831914, and we can see here 1031914. We've got that all good, and we go through to IBJS 3305649. Okay, and then that will take us back. So let's 3505649. So we'll go back to page 1, and then what we'll see here is 150. Oh, I need to make that bigger so that I can. I'll just. So bringing that one forward to here, we can see that we've got 150 degrees, 56 minutes, 49. And so that's, if we were to use that to orientate on, we would have minus 02. Okay. And that right there, that is our bearing correction, or bearing misclose. That there, I'm going to, that's our bearing misclose. 2 seconds. Which we now have to distribute back. Now how I do it is even though I have underlined that one there, and I know that is correct, what I do is I just do a little thing I do. I just go minus 02. So I apply that to here and get 101, 48, 38. But I know that it should be 101, 48, 40. Now, I do in real life, I know this is the case, so I sometimes leave this bit out. But I'm doing it here to illustrate. So what I'm going to do is go plus 02. Okay, plus 02. And well, actually that is the bearing correction. The application of it, whether it's minus or plus, doesn't really matter. It's 2 seconds, which is a very good bearing close. It's particularly over short lines. So that's going to go there. Now we've got 4 angles. And so our angles are, if we look at our angles there, so I'm going to put zero correction here. So I'm going to make this one here plus 02. Okay, and that's 0 correction there because I've added 2 to both of them, so I've made no change to the angle. 150, 56. And then I just want to undo that. 56, 51. And then it's usual to round them to the nearest 10 seconds. You could even round them to the nearest 20 seconds on short lines like this, but I'm going to round it to the nearest 10 seconds, so I'm going to make that 150 degrees, 56, 50. And I'm going to underline that. That's my final bearing for that one there. There's no substantial change to any of these, so there's virtually no difference here, so that means no change to these. If there's some significant changes over here, it can affect what's going on here, but a few seconds here or there, and this is over 8.074. I'm quite happy with that. The topo shots here, nothing to worry about at all there. Nothing to worry about at all. That distance there, that will hold that. But I'll probably come back and do the distances later. Right, so that's page 1. So now we've got to work backwards. So remember that was 150, 56, 51. So if we go back through. So we want to go to here. So this here should be 330, 56, 51. A line can only have one bearing, so that's where we take the O2 there, sort of going to add that to that one there, and then we round that 330 degrees, 56, 50. Now it is important that you actually understand what is going on here rather than just copying what I have done, because in an exam or that sort of situation you're going to need to be able to do this. Now this is where I make the correction. I'm going to make the correction here by just adding 01. So I add 01 there, and then that's where I've put 1 second in. Remember, we're only distributing 2 seconds over 4 angles, so I'm just going to do put 1 second in 2 of the angles. So that's 01. So that's there is whether I've got that right there. 14, 18, 29. I've got that at 44. I don't think that's gonna, it doesn't look quite right there. But anyway, I'll stick with that. It should be 13, or maybe it's 14. I'll leave it there. I just found a little 1 second mistake in there. It's not going to make any difference at all. So we'll just go with that. I think that's a 14 there. So that will be 15, 19, and 103 degrees, and we'll round that to 103 degrees, (19). We can either go 10 or 20. I'm going to go with 10 because I feel that I shortchanged that one there a little bit. So okay, and then we'll underline that as final. Everything's good over here. I've made a slight error there. I think that should be 45, but I'm not going. It's not going to make too much difference. Seconds here are pretty much irrelevant. Okay, so 103, 19, 15, which we rounded to 10. So here we're going to go with the 283. 283, 19, 15, which is 01. So, and then that will be 283, 19, 10. That, rounding that off like so. And then I'm just going to go 01 here as well. And that would make that 21, 06, 29, which I'll round to 21 degrees, 06, 30. That's that all rounded off. All good. Going good. And then we'll go 21, 06, 29. We'll come up to here, and this will be 201, 06, 29, 01. And I'm going to go 0, 0 here. Okay. And then that makes that 2, 8, 1, 40, 40. Okay, so again, that'll be there like that. And this will be 201, 06, 30. It's all good. Okay, and that should be it. It's all done. It's all done. Okay, as you can see. So now we go through and just check that all our bearings are done. Okay, so these ones here, we're just quite happy. There's no significant bearing changes here, so I'm just going to make that 19. It's a very short line, so I'm going to go 16 00 on that one, because it's close. It's a minute. This one here, I'm going to go, perhaps I need to just make these a little bit bigger. 334 degrees, 3230, because these are just hanging lines, so there's nothing to check them about. And oh, is that 26? Yes, it is. 302 0330. So that's all the bearings done there. All the bearings done on page 1. All the bearings done there. And now let's come in here. Get these ones here. It's 25. 32 44 10 I'll go there. Um 202 degrees. What have we done there? Oh, 5230. It's all good. 242 degrees. That's a very short line. I'll go with 4310. There's an argument for sometimes with these hanging lines, just go to the nearest minute. 10 seconds over 16 meters is not very much. That's all those bearings done. Okay, and then those bearings there have all been done. So that's all the bearings done. Bearing close of 2 seconds. Very good. Very good bearing close. So let's finish that video up. Hello, just a little update. Here we have subsequently found a small mistake in some of the work that we've done here, and I'm just going to correct it now. You can see here that this 40 here looks very much like it should be a 40, like it should be 48, and so we've got a little bit of a problem, and that's caused a problem down here where we've made it 48. So first of all, I'm going to just fix up that little little bit there. Well, I was going to try. Don't seem to. Oh, I see what I've got there. Just getting some. I'm going to change that there to a white colour. Okay, so I'll make that white, and then by It's writing in there like that. That looks 40 now. And we can do the same in here as well. Change that 8 to a 40. And in here, like so. So now we've got 101, 40, 40. And that is as how it should be. So we fix that one there. And now we've got it. I think we also brought it forward here as well. I'm just checking. That's page. We're all good there. I thought I saw it there. It must be on page 3, maybe. Here. Yes, we've got the 48 in there as well. You can see that it's clear. Oh, it does actually look like it is actually 40 there, but we'll make it a little bit more clear. That there. And perhaps we'll go back to black. Yeah, and just fix that there like that. So that's just made it a little bit clear. These issues came up a little further on later on when we went to run out the Travises. So yes, we'll leave that there. So that's a little update. This is fairly relatively common in this sort of thing, is that we find errors as we move forward in the process, and then we have to go back and correct them and bring them back forward through what we're doing. So while it's regrettable, it's not uncommon, and it is in the finding of the error that part of what we do in surveying. It's quite a large part of it, locating the errors and trying to minimise them by using good routines and best practice. Cheers, see you.